Testing, testing. Alright. Looking all fine and purty. I think. Make sure everything's set up here. Alright. Welcome back. Travelers of the Land Between. We are going to pick up on our Elden Ring playthrough. Last we left off, we had just joined the Tanith Stronghold, which was an exciting affair. Honestly, it was kind of the first time in the game, I think, that I felt, like, excited to play. Kind of like I didn't really know what I was going to find and what I was going to see, so... I'm legitimately interested for the first time. I know that's crazy. How long have we been playing? 50 hours? We've been playing 50 hours, and now, only now, can I legitimately say I'm excited to see what happens, but hey, that's where we are. Sometimes the Souls games are like that, where they don't really make a lot of sense the first time you play through. It's why I've tried to withhold a lot of critical judgment about Elden Ring, because this has been pretty much true with every Dark Souls game I've played. The first time you play through them, they're not good. And I know that sounds weird. They're still good, but they're not as good compared to the second time you play through them. I remember I finished Dark Souls 1 the first time, and I didn't hate the game or anything. It was an interesting game. I enjoyed several parts of it, but I was kind of let down when I got to the end of it. But then I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to go play it again, as weird as that sounds. And then that second playthrough, it felt like everything finally clicked. It all came together, and I was like, whoa, this is a good game. So I kind of feel like I was gonna give Elden Ring the same treatment. Of course, the difference being that Elden Ring is just so it is so much bigger than all of the other Souls games that getting to that second playthrough point is gonna take a lot longer. Which is why I've devoted, 50 hours to it up to this point, even though there wasn't anything that was really truly gripping me up until this point. But joining the Volcano Manor, I'm really excited to see how this plays out. I love the fact that there's an opposing team you can join, and Lepsis even told me that there's a third team that he joined that was completely separate from the Tanith Volcano Manor and the Round Table. So apparently it was that spirit that we found once who gave us the calling bell. I have no idea where she is, or even how to find her again. I didn't even know you could join her, but that's okay. Lepsis called it pretty accurately. He predicted in a post us finding Tanith message saying that he had assumed we would join the Volcano Manor. So accurate assumption on your part, Lepsis, indeed. I will join the heretics as opposed to the nobles any day. That being said, we have a mark that we're gonna go apparently kill. Oh, we got kicked out of the map. How annoying. We weren't explicitly told to go kill this person, but there was definitely a letter on the table in the drawing room asking for a hit on this guy, this Istvan guy. I feel like we've seen the name Istvan before. Was it one of the Ashes? Marionette... No, Engvall. I think I was getting Engvall and Istvan mixed up. So... presumably, Istvan is down below the bridge. Otherwise, we're gonna have to get up on the bridge and find him. Did Istvan do anything to deserve this? I don't know. I honestly don't need a reason. I'm just excited to fight somebody in a duel. Like, if you're one of those people who likes to imagine the roleplay of the character, then you could assume that, you know, our character is doing this not necessarily because he likes killing people or invading and plundering, simply doing it because he's curious. Yeah, we can invade Old Knight Istvan's world. Let's make sure we're prepped for this. That probably is not going to transfer over when we go into his world, but I will. Oh, there he is. Invading another world. Defeat Old Knight Istvan. Istvan, are you going to bow? Or nope, he just comes swinging. We have something to our back. So we're stuck here in this kind of circle, it would appear. Nice. Oh, we swung too early. Oh, but we have very limited Estus because we're the invader. He's got some kind of gravity spell I've never seen. I'm assuming it just draws you in. He's not susceptible to Glintstone Pebble, which is fine. We could try the Arc. No, not really susceptible to the Arc either. We can capitalize using magic, like, if he's in the middle of an animation, but if we just blind cast it while he's running at us like that, he's just gonna roll away. Oh, we're gonna get pulled in. Yeah, he's pretty nimble for a guy with all that armor. He capitalized on us drinking an Estus. He wasn't gonna let us do that. Now we've got increased magic damage for a little while. We could try it with the Carrion Slice. Oh. I kind of expected him to flinch. That was a misjudgment. Like, a lot of the enemies we've had trouble with, ones that haven't flinched, they will flinch if we use the Carrion Slicer on them. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. I'm sure we can get him the second time. Okay, so we'll enchant our sword. Oh, just kidding. We'll enchant our dagger. He doesn't seem to have a particularly difficult moveset. Oh, in fact, if we were a little faster on that, he's got a pretty exploitable backstab window. Oh, but now he's two-handing. Okay, when he's two-handing, we can't spin around behind him. It's not gonna work. Didn't mean to do that. But when he's two-handing, he's got more recovery frames, which is good for us. Plus, he uses the gravity. Oh, but he's so quick on the roll after using the gravity. There's like almost no recovery frames after using gravity. The gravity well, I'm not sure what to call it. I'd try for the Carrion Slicer, but... Oh, that's not the slicer! The pictures! I need better recognition on the pictures. So we can... I want to try for the slicer, like, capitalize on him, yeah, him opening himself up like that. Because he's got, on his regular swings, he's got a lot of time there where he needs to recover. And we can just keep zipping in like that. The pebbles don't really seem to do much for us. I mean, we can pebble him during his recovery window, but it's not going to be quite enough. Unless, I think we use the pebbles when he one-hands. Because he was he was a little too fast on the follow-up swing when he was one-handing the sword and we went in for the carrion slicer, but he's so slow with the two-handed. We're very safe to use the carrion slicer. You see there we actually were able to roll out of the second swing because the recovery time was so long. Okay, that gravity well does quite a bit of damage. He's one-handing. Let's try to engage from a distance. Even though he's two-handing, we're still going to try to engage from a distance here because I feel like we're kind of in trouble. If he hits us one more time, we're out. Yeah, he's got really good animation cancel on that gravity well spell. Unless we cast it like in the middle of his animation, he's just going to roll out of it. Maybe we should swap over to the arch, or the arc. It'll use a little bit more MP, but we've got a bit better of a chance of hitting him with it, maybe. Okay. So we managed to defeat Old Knight Istvan. For reasons only known to the Order of Tanith. We got his scaled armor. Let's read up on Istvan. Greaves worn by Old Knight Istvan. The corroded metal is reinforced with rock-hard scales, making it highly effective against non-physical attacks. Istvan is one of the few wizened tarnished who survive to this day. Wizened. Same description. Same description. Yeah. It's all pretty much the same description. So his armor is good against magic, which is kind of funny because that's what we were using against him. Let's go back to the Order. See if they're happy at all we've done this. Oh, Patches, what are you doing here, buddy?
Well, you joined the manor, huh? I don't believe it. Didn't think you had it in you. All good, though. We're on the same side now. We'll do good work together.
Of course, Patches would be part of this covenant.
Oh, and of course, we can do business, if you like. Patches Emporium at the Volcano Manor. Especially for you.
Of course, Patches. Oh, we can ask about him now.
Are you surprised that I belong to the Volcano Manor? I always hated the gibberish about lost grace and laughable two fingers. I thought I could lend a hand in unmasking the charade.
Good on you, Patches.
Tanith has always made me curious. I guess her master must really be something, because she's pretty damn smug about it.
Her master?
Even after announcing her blasphemous ambitions, she still stands proud. I've never seen a woman quite like her.
Interesting. Alright, Patches, what do you got for us? Looks like the same old, same old. That's okay. Maybe some other time, Patches.
Stingy little beggar. Try to find it in your...
Maybe one time we'll come in here and buy all his stuff just to see if his dialogue changes. Is this her master, though? Tanith's master? I don't know.
Did you read the letter left for you?
We did.
That is the task the Volcano Manor did.
We've already done it.
You will be compensated once the deed is done. Good luck. If you are loath to hunt your own kin, so be it. But you must leave this house at once. This is a war against the Erd Tree.
No, I'm all for this lady.
Place for the meek, nor the luxury of keeping clean hands.
Hey, she's like talking down to us. We've already done this.
You've completed your task.
We have, yeah.
I am pleased. Now you are a recusant true, and a full-fledged member of the Volcano Manor.
Oh
This is
yeah.
your reward, as promised.
Magma Shot.
Never
Interesting.
forget that the recusant fights to tread the path of the champion. The way is tainted, but for this very reason, it is the true path to valor.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you want. I'm just here to fight. Alright. We probably can't, yeah, we can't use this. Magma Shot. Requires faith. Fires a lump of magma that explodes on impact. One of the sorceries developed from the magma at Mount Gilmere fires a lump of magma that explodes on impact after discovering the ancient hexes of Gelmir. Rykard, son of Queen Renala, brought them back into practical use as forms of sorcery. I think that was the description we saw on the other, this one. The other lava sorcery.
Now you are a recusant. I am pleased to have you on our side. Now you are. I am
Alright.
pleased.
Oh. We've passed the hazing ritual. What is that? Wait, is that a person?
Please kill him.
Kill who?
That horrendous serpent. Praetor Rykard.
Well, we were probably on our way to kill Rykard eventually, but if you want to pay us for it.
You're tarnished. Here to put the demigods to the sword. Then please, kill the great serpent. The one that devoured Praetor
Wait.
Rykard.
The serpent devoured
The
Rykard?
serpent slaying spear in the Lord's chamber. Worthy tarnished. Brandish the spear and run him through. The great serpent. That
I wonder if it's symbolic when he says the serpent consumed Rykard. Because didn't Rykard become the serpent?
Praetor Rykard's ambitions, though blasphemous, marked him a worthy sovereign, but they were reduced to gluttonous depravity once he gave himself to the serpent. Whatever that thing is, it is no longer Praetor Rykard. Someone must kill him to spare him and his ambitions from further dishonor.
So, why is this guy here? Is he... He's glowing white, almost as if we've summoned him, but of course we know that's not how this happened.
Worthy Tarn, it is the only thing that can kill that horror.
He says he left us a spear.
True. The great serpent, that unspeakable monstrosity. Worthy tarnish.
He left the spear in the Lord's chamber.
I always resent the pale, but that won't be the case.
So, you've blooded your sword in the hunt. Then I shall introduce myself once more. Banal. A recusant, just like you. Recusants have particular battle arts, styled to our methods of slaughter. Why not add some to your repertoire?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You've come to understand now, eh? To take power and make it his own. The recusant must hunt his own kind. To raise the flag of revolt against this sanctified pillaging, we recusants must become the most wretched of predators. All you can do is laugh.
Hey, I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry with the saints. Looks like he sells ashes. Which is cool, but... like... I don't know if we're gonna use any of these. Uppercut, kick, endure, war cry, spinning slash, assassin's gambit. Now that sounds interesting. Skill that masks the user's presence at the cost of a self-inflicted wound. Grants near invisibility and silences footsteps. Dang, that sounds cool. Let's get that. Eruption, Stormblade, Quick Step, Impaling Thrust, Parry, and No Skill.
Until we meet again.
Indeed. Be wary of regret.
Ever heard any strange sounds here?
We have? You mean like snail sounds?
Something beyond the walls,
Yeah,
like breathing,
like snails.
slithering scales. Oh, Fi, what am I saying? It just isn't possible. I must be tired.
No, there's snails in the walls, lady.
Sometimes I hear strange sounds beyond the walls, like breathing. Oh, perhaps I'm just feeling tired. Sometime like, oh,
Okay. Oh, do we have another hit? Nice. Who do we gotta hit this time? Riley the Idol. He can be found in the Atlas Plateau. Alright. Where is this guy? Oh, looks like he's right over here. Let's do it. Past the Bridge of Iniquity. The Valley of Fire. Okay, so I don't have the great voice that the guy from Gauntlet has, but what do you want from me here? Voice acting isn't my occupation. Wonder what those guys are bemoaning. Is he down? Looks like he's actually down, but we have a wind stream here we should be able to ride. Riley, the Idol. I wonder what he's being idle about. Uh-oh. Oh no! Well, at least we didn't have a rune or something like that. Or a great rune. So, PvP invasions, humanity pillaging, all that kind of stuff has been a part of all the Souls games to one degree or another. Whether you're invading to get your corporeal form like in Demon Souls, or whether you're invading because you want your humanity back in Dark Souls, invasions have always been a very fun, if potentially controversial part of any Souls game. But I've never seen a Souls game that did it quite like this, where you're getting hits for people. It really adds believability to the concept of invasions. In the other games, a lot of the quote-unquote lore of invasions had to come from, like, actually invading other players. Just like a lot of the co-op had to come from asking other players for help, except there were several NPCs that you could also summon. So invasions always felt limited to specifically something you only do with other players. But giving you kind of a series of hits by an organization feels really in line with kind of the lore of the game, and in addition it's an interesting mechanical feature. Like, for example, in Dark Souls 2 you can join the Brotherhood of Blood, but you don't really invade people in the Brotherhood of Blood. You just simply battle in an arena, which, don't get me wrong, is fun. It's the idea behind that one is you're supposed to be like honing your skills for the true fight. You know, you battle other Brotherhood members so that way when you actually need to fight, when you invade someone else, you'll be a super fighter or something. But yeah, the the idea of having to travel across the world is a really good way to get the player to travel, and also thematically fits kind of the motif of the Covenant. Also, that guy wrecked us. He was like, I was waiting for you, punk. Don't come to the wrong neighborhood. So, look at his soulless eyes. He's just like, I'm so sick of killing the people who keep trying to invade me. Let me tell you something. That did not seem like an idle person. He did about half our HP in one crossbow shot. And admittedly, I kind of walked into his dagger, so we'll do a little better this time. So he's up there. Can't really afford to enchant our blade because he'll just shoot us with his crossbow. Oh, he's chasing after us. Hey, dagger friend. We both have daggers. Oh, but yours swings so much more than ours. Oh, that was probably a waste. You know, I feel like we should be on equal footing here, except we're not really, are we? Like, yeah, we both... Why couldn't I move? Is that the limit of the arena? Could I not? I was like trying to strafe and it looked like I hit an invisible wall. Yeah, that's the limit of the arena. Okay. You can see the white transparent thing there. But you would think we would kind of like be on equal footing with this guy, except we're not. If he tags us about twice with that dagger, we're dead. Whereas we're gonna need to hit him a lot more than twice with our dagger. So I don't think we can really fight him head on, especially because he is using a dagger. It's gonna be super quick. You know, if he was using a two-handed sword like the last guy, maybe we'd try it, but this guy isn't going to give us a lot of recovery frames, is what I'm trying to say. He's not going to leave himself open. You can see there, even when we shoot him after he's attacked, he has basically no recovery frames on that dagger. We could try the arc to get maybe, well, he kind of walked into that. He's walking into a lot of these. But he rolled through the arc there. Nice little jump he had. In fact, we may swap to the S-Stock. I think the S-Stock advantages us here. Yeah, because it gives us the range. Even though the S-Stock basically isn't upgraded at all, I don't think it matters because it's gonna give us the range we want in this fight. Like, this guy's trying to run after us with a little short stick. So naturally, we can't capitalize on his recovery window because he has no recovery window. So naturally, we just take a stick that's slightly longer, and he can't reach us. He's got no shield. He can't protect himself from this kind of thing. Now, that crossbow really hurts, though. Deals about half, if not more, than our HP. Potentially, we could even start doing things like this, where we use the special. We could also start doing a couple jump attacks, although I feel like that's a little risky. And he surely has at least one Estus left. Try and get the tree. Yeah, there's one Estus. Yeah, there's not a lot he doesn't really have a good response to the S-Stock. He can roll like that, but if he's rolling, he's not attacking us. And yeah, in general, I think we're okay with him rolling. He's out of Estus, so... Oh gosh, we walked right into that. We're out of Estus too, of course, so... Oh... So I went for a back step, because I thought we could fake him out. But instead of him swinging, he actually started running at us. So by the time our backstep animation ran out, he just kind of ran into us and slashed us. This guy's stronger, but I think we've got him. I think the S-Talk affords us plenty of range. And we just need to be patient and focused. Not make very many mistakes and we'll be fine. It's interesting that he jumps. I don't know if I have a good response to him jumping. I'm staggering our pokes there, if you notice, because if he's going to roll, we might as well wait. Because he can't, he just, he really can't do anything if we, oh, well, he can jump. Oh. Looks like he threaded the bolt between the trees. But yeah, if he's on the ground, he can't respond if all we're doing is poke, wait briefly, because he's got that window where he's in his damage animation. We're not forced to immediately attack after the first hit. Because he's in his damage animation, we're safe, and we have the freedom to wait and not immediately follow it up with an attack. Which means, so what we want to happen essentially is we hit him, we pause, we swing again, he rolls, we pause again. Oh, that was sloppy. He rolls, we pause again, and then we swing and hopefully get him with the third swing. Like that. See how we're pausing? Because after he finishes the roll, his AI dictates that he's going to try to stab sometimes. Oh, but see, it's a little risky because when we had him in the corner like that, I paused. And it's a little bit like rock, paper, scissors. I paused, and instead of rolling, he actually just swung into us like that, yeah. So that's the punishment for us pausing like we are. And this is one of those times where, unfortunately, it's a little unsatisfying to be fighting a computer. Because with a human, this is the point of the fight where it all becomes a mind game. You know, it's about, like, oh, are they going to pause or are they not? And you can essentially try to gain an advantage by getting into the head of your opponent and predicting what they're going to do. For example, if I thought my opponent was panicking because they were low on health, I would naturally assume that they're going to dodge immediately after getting hit, because the first time they get hit, they're going to be panicking and just mashing the roll button as fast as possible, in which case I would feel very comfortable pausing, staggering our stabs. Whereas if he was at full health, you know, maybe not so much. But the problem is with a computer, we can't read the computer. The computer is functioning on some kind of logic. Like, it's not random, but because we aren't hooked up to its logic, by all accounts, to our perception, it is random. Meaning, you know, we're just rolling dice every time we decide to stagger our attack. I think what we can do is read it. Instead of going in and just going, oh, I'm going to stagger, you read it. You swing twice quickly, and if he rolls on the second attack, we can react to that, like that. But I think, yeah, we can't afford to constantly pause. If I can read the roll and react to it quick enough, then it's safe. Otherwise, we're just gambling. We don't want to win by gambling if we can help it. Yeah, I figured he was going to try to drink there. There we go. That worked pretty well. Oh. We might have him here. I kind of feel like we do, but Wouldn't surprise me if we die somehow. Like getting stuck on a rock like that. We were about to get shot. He's got that bolt loaded, so we need to be careful. He doesn't need to do the load animation if he wants to fire it, yeah. Got him. That was cool. So, like, the 5-hour Dark Souls, I played through the entire Dark Souls series, and all I made was this crappy essay video on YouTube. I swear that's actually what it's called. Talks about how Dark Souls is a lot less about a game of numbers and more a game about a conversation that is told back and forth through animations, and that fight was a prime example of that. Technically, our S-Talk was far weaker than our Misericord, but the S-Talk afforded the animations that we wanted, the animations that were appropriate for the conversation, the proper retort, so to say. Were we always able to equip this crossbow? Oh well. We got some kind of lantern. I'm trying to find it. I don't seem to be able to locate it. Oh, here it is. Crepus's Vial. Small mysterious bottle with a dark mist sealed within. Eliminates all sound made by the wearer during movement. A ritual implement used by the Round Table Hold assassins. There was a time when Tarnished, who had strayed from guidance, feared nothing more than utter silence. Interesting. So we can then assume that Riley the Idol was a Round Table assassin. And it says, Tarnished, who strayed from guidance, feared nothing more than utter silence. That almost seems to imply that the Round Table equipped their assassins with these vials to hunt down people like Tanith and her crew, because they're the ones who would have strayed from the guidance. We also got, I think, some arrows. Serpent Arrows. Arrow carved to resemble a flying snake, used in tandem with the serpent bow. Loyal minions of the formless serpents, their fangs are daubed with deadly poison.
I see you've performed another task for us. Here is your usual reward. Please, take it.
Serpent Bone Blade.
Now, perhaps the time has come to tell you of the true ruler of this manor.
Yeah.
Lord Rykard.
Give us the dirt on
The
Rykard.
tree blessed the Tarnished with grace, but it was all too meager in the face of the enormity of their task.
I feel that.
The Tarnished were forced to scavenge, squabbling for crumbs, like the Shard Bearers vying for power in the wake of the Shattering. Our Lord, indignant, has refused to scurry about, fighting over what miserly scraps they allow us. If the Erd Tree, and indeed the very gods, would debase us so, then we are willing to raise the banner of resistance, even if it means heresy. We at the Volcano Manor, under Lord Rykard, have sworn no rest until it is done. If you follow this heroic path, one day the Lord will see you. The Lord's visits with our champions are always a spectacle. It cannot come a day too soon.
It's really almost implying that the idea is, in spite of Rykard opposing the Erd Tree, and us being on a synonymous journey to oppose the Erd Tree, it seems like everyone kind of knows that a Tarnished still has to fight Rykard, even though he is the lord of this opposition of the Erd Tree. And,
This heroic, it cannot.
you know, they call it a heroic path, but it really does seem kind of like a deed, a dark deed that, you know, needs to be done. Like, ultimately, we will have to fight Rykard. She calls it a spectacle. But... it looks like the lady's gone. If only I had a champion, but not here. Hey, we have another letter. Ooh, a red letter. Another red letter day. A written request from the Volcano Manor disclosing the name of a Tarnished to be hunted. As the final request, the letter is vivid red. Juno Hoslow, Knight of Blood. He can be found in the mountaintops of the Giants. Find the red mark on your map for the exact location. The final request? I was kind of hoping there would be like, I don't know, maybe about, I'd say 10 of these? I think the idea of hunting Tarnished all across the world sounded really fun. And since they're all basically just, you know, they're essentially just characters, right? Like, how to put it? They use the base player models, and they are all equipped with player equipment that that the player can obtain. So it's not like you would need to create any new assets. So while you absolutely would need to take the time to design the equipment and, you know, implement the programming that caused them to appear at certain locations, as well as, of course, implementing the letters to spawn to tell you where to go, I feel like comparatively it's a rather low effort endeavor on the side of the developers to add several Tarnished for you to hunt. But if this is the last one, this is the last one. It's funny, I'm pretty excited to kill rams now, all of a sudden. Now that we have a fairly good use for their bones. So we're traipsing off into a part of the world we haven't been to yet. That was a crazy woman. I'm not sure what to expect anywhere over here, really. I guess we just go and do it. Alright, we got one with a... what looks... oh, how did I miss you? That really hurt. Might actually be a good time for the arc. I don't like spears. Much the same reason that we were able to use our S-Talk against the Riley, the idol. We don't like fighting people with long, pointy weapons with our dagger. Hammers are fine. Hammers are slow, and if you can dodge around them, they leave a wide opening, but spears and what appeared to be a rake, I think is what that crone was using. They're another story entirely. Reminds me a little bit of the hermit village we found up near the Volcano Manor. These aren't particularly strong enemies. They also appear to have some sort of wreaths on their house. There was probably no reason for assaulting them. Then again, though, there really wasn't a good reason for them to attack us, so there you go. Windmills, though. Windmills appear to be a theme here. I don't think we're going to be able to get on this roof, though. Speaking of gauntlet on the brain, this kind of reminds me of the... It's Damanula Windmill Village. This kind of reminds me of the Plagued City or whatever it was in Gauntlet. The Farms of... Were they called the Farms of Desolation, or am I just making that up? There were a lot of... The Farms of Desolation sounds like a place you would go to in Gauntlet. It's a lot of laughing. Oh, they're dancing. Hey, I want to dance. They seem like they're having a good time. I mean, as long as they don't attack us, I don't care. Do we have a dance animation? Doesn't look like it. Oh well. Time for confidence? I suppose. First off, taking on all at once. Only if they attack us. Ooh. They haven't been taking care of their horses. A lot of horse bones. Then again, there's like plenty of grass and hay here, so I can't imagine the horses died due to neglect. Like, if anything, they just died of old age. Behold, left! Yeah, well, we did see that. Necessary item ahead. What? Oh, these people don't seem very happy to see us, though. Oh, she just bit herself. What on earth? I think we've been bamboozled, though. There's no necessary item here. Beware of giant, therefore try horseback battle. Something incredible ahead. It's probably a reference to Don Quixote when he attacks the windmill. Don Quixote is a hero to us all. Oh, an Atlas Bloom. Nice. We needed a couple of those. First off here. Rune Arc, okay. Oh, this place is bizarre, but didn't expect joy. Yeah, no kidding. So, what are these things? They're women, but they're huge. They're about twice our height, although we are standing on an incline. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't know what set them off. Suddenly they had red eyes. Did the other ones we fought had red eyes? I didn't think so. Did we get too close? Or was it the dog that alerted them? There still seems to be more audibly that we can hear. Wait, what? What? She like blended in with the grass. One over there seems to be mourning. Oh, and a dog. Let's see if we can take out that dog before going over there. Okay, now maybe this one won't be hostile? No, she seems pretty upset. Holy Proof dried liver. I think that one might be new, but I think we can also guess as to what it does, which is making you resistant to holy. Okay. More dancing ones. Plum sword. They seem to be raising their hands, perhaps in adoration of the windmill or behold item. Oh. Hello. You want to kill us, don't you? Liar head up. Okay, pool. So potentially a boss. Behold, material. Item. Behold, item. Behold material. I don't know what they mean by that. Okay, these ones aren't happy. Tried lovable sword. Behold weak foe. Bloodstain in short try skill. Rude. God's skin apostle. He does a lot of damage, but he doesn't seem to dodge very much. He's not well, no, there's a dodge. He uses some kind of cursed, so there's Fireball, of course, in the old Souls games. And then there's also the cursed spells. I can't remember what they're called. Blights or occult might be the word. I said he didn't dodge, but he is dodging our glintstone pebbles. So we're gonna have to be a little more creative with how we fight him. He does just a lot of damage. I really don't want to get close to him. Yeah, he's using some kind of like occult fireball spell. Same graphic, but the animation is different. Or same animation, but the graphic is different. We can get a couple lucky hits on him with the pebble every now and then when he's charging up a fireball. We do have plenty of magic, so we could probably do this. It would just take a little while. We're hitting about 50% of our casts. And we do have 3 more Estus plus a full mana bar. It's interesting that this one seems to have his own music. Unless I'm not recognizing this music. I don't know if we've heard it before, but I don't think so. The real issue with his enemy is that he is intimidating. It's just that he doesn't seem to have much of a response to our ranged attacks. And so we kind of have the freedom just to keep a bit of distance on him and just keep casting. Uh-oh. That's the one we're afraid of. Oh, and he cut down the trees. Very nice. I thought the trees were going to keep us safe, so I didn't try to dodge. Now, was it me or did he, like, stretch? Kind of seemed like he stretched when he did that attack. Like his upper torso got longer. Oh, right. What do they do when they bite themselves? They bite themselves and then they breathe blood. Must be poisonous or something. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, let's try... Let's go ahead and enchant her weapon, and let's try fighting up close this time a little bit. I just want to get him poisoned first if we can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that spitting is going to be annoying. No, not annoying. Not as annoying as dying. Okay, so poison is an option. We can also apparently summon some skeletons to help us. Okay, skeletons are out. We'll enchant our blade and see if we can get behind him, maybe. He's gonna make short work of those skeletons. Okay, while he's distracted, we may be able to get him with a couple of these. Oh, he went after us. Yeah, he totally does get longer. Look at Stretchy Boy over here. We lost one of our skellies. We summon more? No. Okay. Oh, that is some funky movement. Yeah, there were a lot of options to fight that guy. You could have fought him with poison, you could fight him with summons. You could approach that boss fight many different ways. Now, he dropped 2 items. I think one of them might have been a staff. No. What did he draw? I don't think it was any of these. Oh, this was one. Scouring Black Flame. A black flame incantation of the Godskin Apostles sweeps a wide area before the caster with a black flame. The black flame could once slay gods, but when Malekith sealed the destined death, the true power of the black flame was lost. So apparently in Elden Ring that's called the Black Flame. I could have sworn he dropped something else. And it looked... Wait, this was it, right? Serpent Bone Blade? Sinister Katana modeled after a serpent bone, the densely packed rows of spines that jut away from the cutting edge are coated in a lethal poison. Moonveil? When did we find this? Katanas forged of glintstone, masterpiece of a Celian swordsmith. Light enwreathes the blade when sheathed, explaining its Moonveil moniker. Light enwreathes the blade, so is it invisible? Transient moonlight. Sheathe the blade, holding it at the hip in a composed stance. Follow either with a normal or a strong attack to draw the blade at great speed for an instant slash attack. Both attacks fire off a wave of light. This sounds really cool. Like, I'm kind of tempted to use either of these, to be honest. Oh, they're katanas. I guess it's been a while since I've done a katana run. I used to do, I mean, like, who didn't do the Uchi Katana run in Dark Souls 1 at least once by killing the shopkeeper? But then again, I'm looking at all these weapon types, and I've honestly done runs with probably all of these weapons. I've done a couple dagger runs. I haven't ever finished a straight sword run, but it's pretty boring. I don't really like straight swords. They're pretty stable. I've done at least one great sword run, maybe two. I've done a colossal sword run. Let's see. Thrusting sword. I never did a thrusting sword run. In fact, that's kind of unique to this game. I've always sort of wanted to do a thrusting sword run. We haven't really done the thrusting sword exclusively, and there's also the rapier weapon that I also haven't done wherever it is. We might not have picked one up. A rapier might be considered a thrusting weapon. Also, the heavy thrusting sword, I don't think that's been a thing until this game. I've done at least enough of a curved sword run to know that I don't really like them. I also have never seen a curved greatsword, so that's interesting. Never done a twin blade run, but I'm not really interested in doing one. Done a ton of axe and great axe runs. Club run, yeah. Flail's a new one, but I haven't done it. Great hammer, I don't think I've done a great hammer run. I've definitely done a colossal weapon run if you count the demon great axe. Although the demon great axe might be considered a great axe, I'm not sure. Depends. I'm in the middle of a Dark Souls 1 spear run, which was it was interesting. Spears kind of really change how you have to think about how you fight. Never done a halberd run, but I don't find them to be super exciting. Tried a whip run, it was kind of interesting. I've done about half of Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2 with a Sastus run. It was also interesting. Sorry, I know no one asked me to go over that. It helps me categorize, so like, how justified are we in committing to a katana is really what the question I was trying to answer there by going over all the weapons. I think we're okay to do a katana run. There isn't another weapon type that stands out to me that I would rather do with this character, and I think katana makes a certain level of sense. Or katana. One does blood, the other does poison. So Or wait a minute, was the Serpent Bone Blade, was that what Tanith gave us? Did we ever check what Tanith gave us? Now that I think about it. No, we got the Godskin Peeler from the boss. Okay, unique twin blade wielded by a Godskin Apostle characterized by its disturbing design. One end features a sickle for slicing attacks while the other boasts a winding spike for boring into flesh. Much skill is required to wield this weapon due to its asymmetric nature. No kidding. Okay, but yeah, let's do a katana. Do we want poison or blood loss? I feel like blood loss is pretty stereotypical. But well, we could do either. We could do both. The problem is Moonveil also scales with int. So like if we're just strictly looking at statistics here, Moonveil is probably the one we want. It has lower base requirements in general. It does require 1 more point in strength, but it requires less dex overall. It also requires a lot of int, which we already cover. We've already got the int covered. And I don't mind putting 1 more point in strength, that's fine. I also don't mind the 2 points in dex because the Misericord scales off dex. So yeah, I think we go with the Moonveil. It seems like a pretty solid weapon for us to invest in. Alright. I'm actually going to take a pause there, and I will be back in a bit. Alright. Thank you for your patience. On to more. Pillaging this windmill-ridden land. Yeah, speaking of needing a bit more strength and dex, can we... Okay, we're good for one. We need 2 more. And I don't think we have the runes to cover the difference, so we'll hold that on the back burner for a bit. The back burner? We'll see here. Although, we appear to be at something of a standstill. Sure, this is Dominula, the windmill village, that's all fine and well. The issue is, well, frankly, how do we get anywhere that's over there? I can't even see anything. Alright, so that doesn't appear to be the answer. I was kind of hoping the camera would follow us. Maybe we can't even go that direction. Which would seem a little weird. Is this whole area just one barren wasteland? Our mark is over there, though. Well, let's just follow this road, I guess. I guess the only reason you come up to the windmill is to fight that Godskin Apostle guy and get his poison sword. Gold Firefly? I don't think we had one of those before. Oh wait, yeah we did. Golden light is considered to invite runes. It's probably used to create something that gets us. Wait, birds? Were there birds there last time? I don't think so. Anyway, probably used to craft something that increases runes or something like that. Praise the jumping. First off, bravery, but no item ahead. Seek precious item. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of Dominula. A nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Great, what's that? Somebody's throwing stuff. Oh gosh. Yeah, we just got hit by a trebuchet. Okay, some guys walking up there. The trebuchets see us, but I don't think trebuchets were designed to attack individual people. They were anti-siege weapons, or siege weapons, I assume. Like, you could use a trebuchet to fire a rock into a crowd, like an army, a platoon. Chances are you'd hit someone. Or you could use it to fire rocks at a castle wall to knock them down, but I don't think they were typically designed to target individuals. We're gonna die here. Individuals running across a field. I think the accuracy of the trebuchet isn't quite good enough to do that. We are gonna die here against these two nobodies. Why is this happening? I don't understand. Okay, there's one trebuchet there, one there. They just kind of seem like they're firing off in the distance. I would like them to stop though, so that we can eliminate all possibility of us being struck. Okay, you cut that out. There's a couple trebuchets. By all accounts, these don't seem to be particularly strong enemies. That's not a complaint, merely an observation. So, arguably, we could have very likely just come this direction. Instead of going up to the Volcano Manor, or where did we go? We went east to Caelid for some crazy reason. At the beginning of the game. Sounds like there's a beetle. There it is. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get him though. There's too many of these guys in the way. They seem to be guarding this pass. Leather draped tabard. Padded cloth armor with leather shawl draped over the shoulders, widely issued to foot soldiers in a lord's army. Some sort of series of dowels sticking out of the ground. Hard to tell what these represent. They almost perhaps landed in the ground. There are small craters around them. So perhaps they were fired out of something. Yeah, look at that. That one plunged into a trebuchet. These guys appear to be trying to dig the... Oh, they don't really want to fight, do they? These guys appear to be trying to dig something out. Yeah, I'd have to assume, based on the craters, that these dowels were fired into the ground. Probably, presumably by something in the castle. If we're to understand the lore of the world correctly, there was a great war leading up to and potentially after the shattering of the Elden Ring. So, let's try to piece together bits of kind of the lore that we know as we understand. Oh, that guy's got a treasure chest. So, there were gods, or there was a god at least. And he was holding a golden rune 12. Anyway, but so Godfrey, he was at least a god. I think we've confirmed that he, out of all the names we have, was a god. What's he looking at? Is he tired? Are you gonna jump? We don't have to fight, you know. I'm just saying, we don't, if you don't want to fight, I'm okay with not fighting. I know that's weird coming from me, but... But okay, so Godfrey was a god, and he... I can't remember if he bequeathed the Elden Ring to his children, or if he just split his power into the Elden Ring. One way or the other, Godfrey's power got given to his children through the Elden Ring, and his children are the demigods. Presumably they were fighting over his power, and then they squabbled it or misused it or something and ruined the Erd Tree, and that's when the ring was shattered, because the demigods were no longer seen fit to rule. But they still remain now, and we're killing them because we're claiming pieces of the ring in order to declare ourselves to be the rightful heirs, the lord, so to say, of the ring. Presumably so that you can unify the land and bring back the Erd Tree. Although we're not doing that because we joined the Volcano Manor. And they're all about going against the Erd Tree because they see it as a false front. Taking on all at once ahead. Looks like another finger crone. What, did we get 2 seeds here? Dang. First off, look carefully. Seed, oh seed, then seed. Loverhead. Here again. Why is it always old deer?
Your thing. The fingers I served once prophesied. A tarnished would one day become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
That's what we were just talking about.
Surely you see it too. The gold that enshrouds the heavens. The great tree which begets the pillars of light. Oh, tarnished. Hasten to the foot of the tree.
Okay.
Whatever you might face, the fingers will surely guide you.
So we're being advised to go to the tree in order to fulfill the prophecy of being the Tarnished that becomes the Elden Lord. Of course, many other Tarnished have made it this far. Not many, but other Tarnished have come this far and failed. Huh. Seek up. Did it teleport up? I can hear it. Yeah, these guys probably wouldn't fight us if we left them alone. Then again, that guy seems pretty intent on attacking us, so maybe not. You guys gonna leave us alone? Okay. Lost Ashes of War. We can't seem to open this. Finger Crone said the fingers would guide us. Turn back. Some pretty big statues. You know, what was the point of this? Arms ahead? Not that there needs to be, but my analysis seems to be that there's not anything really here. Perhaps these are locations that we would need to chase the scarab beetle to. Speaking of which, let's see if we can get on the up above there. Let there be friendship, giant. Oh, we killed that giant, but they're probably talking about the giant that used to be looking at the river. Oh, no. Alright. Well, I guess we just come back here later. As big and grand as all of this seems to be, I don't see anything for us to do. I would assume this is where the Erd Tree resides, but we can't get through the doors. Flops in sleepily. Hi, Izzy. Glad to see ya. Well, we're not here for the Erd Tree, though. We're just here to hunt down... Who's our target? Juno Hoslow. So... I guess it really doesn't matter. That was a little bit high. This is just so weird. There's all this space, and there's just nothing here. Oh my goodness, are we gonna get 2 more golden seeds? Good grief. Well, that's gotta be enough to upgrade the Estus Flask. Or... whatever. Ceremonial Crimson Tier. Just called the Flask, I guess. So it's still 3 seeds. Now is it 4? Oh gosh, it's up to 4. Oh, we had enough? I must have been falling asleep on using them. So we just upgraded it twice. I guess that's a good split, 6 and 5. I spent today decorating a house that isn't even real. You weren't playing, let's see here, Sims, Animal Crossing, any RPG that lets you decorate the house like Skyrim. It's, I specifically try not to decorate my houses in video games because otherwise I'll do exactly that, what you just said. Spend the entire day doing it and then look back and go, oh my gosh, what happened? Joni, my wife, is really adamant about doing it in Animal Crossing. She'll decorate stuff for the seasons and build multiple villagers so that she can have lots of different houses. She's pretty dedicated to it. I have played those. I tried to play Animal Crossing with her for about a year or two, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I still played with her, but I needed like more of an objective. I basically just tried to collect every single gyroid, and then realized there aren't enough inventory slots in the game to allow you to collect all the gyroids. And then I got sad, and then planted bamboo everywhere, and let my whole village get overrun by bamboo. And that's pretty much where I left it. But today, it was the new personal room that Dederick and Isa share. By the way, is it Isa or Isa? Dederick and Isa share in their FC house. Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys do have the new house. So decorating it makes sense. Hey, you're not a bird. Are you human? Tell us your secrets. It's a flower. Oh, it's angry. Isa. Okay. Decorated the outside and the basement level mostly. Wow. So you still presumably have the top floor, or the ground floor, I should say. These appear to be people wearing masks, and they have plants growing out of them. They also just dropped a guardian bracer. Engraved golden bracers, worn by the guardians of the minor Erd trees. In accordance with the ancient pact of the Erd tree, it is said that their deaths led not to destruction, but instead to a renewed, eternal life as guardians. So it sounds like they died and came back to life as the plants. Basement level mostly, and we've done a bunch of workshop crafting, so it was my turn today. Gotcha. Good to hear progress is being made. Something incredible ahead, still no tier. Golden Order seal. Oh, we got another artifact craft, or the artifact slot for some reason. But the Golden Order seal isn't an artifact. Thought for sure it would be. I just don't see it. You know, Dark Souls almost needs like a little new thing. I know sometimes it's really obnoxious in games where you're constantly having to tag over things to get the new marker to disappear, but I honestly don't know what we just picked up. It seemed like a key item, so you would assume that it's like it would be here or something. Wait, was this it? No. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a incantation thing. A seal. A formless sacred seal depicting the ceremonial observations of the Order. Enhances Golden Order fundamentalist incantations. Fundamentalism is scholarship in all but the name. Scales incantations using both int and faith. Huh. We have a small house. So it has a square ground floor room and a downstairs. It's a bit larger. Okay, I have to like draw this in my head. So small house, square floor, downstairs, bit larger than an apartment, and then personal rooms are apartment size. What was the half disc in the key items? Oh, it's something that opens up an elevator, but we only have one half, or at least according to the description. Here it is. The Dectus Medallion. We found this in a random fort. It's the left half of a split medallion depicting the Erd tree. Brandishing the medallion with both halves conjoined will activate the Grand Lift of Dectus, connecting the Altus Plateau to Liurnia. The right half is said to reside in the Fort Feroth in the Dragon Barrow, far to the east. I think you were actually watching when we found the Dragon Barrow. It was that place with all the dragons. We did not find the fort, unfortunately. So we don't have the other half. Although we are nearing the Altus Plains if we're not already in them. So theoretically it connects Liurnia, which is this place, with Altus over here. But gotcha, so I'm assuming everyone has their own, like, apartment-sized room that they get to decorate. Is there a finite number of rooms, or rooms, or is it like an instance where you just go into a door and get, like, teleported to your room, and there's, like, an infinite as many rooms as there are free company members? I guess now that we have another artifact slot, I should pick something to put in here. Probably go back to the green turtle talisman. Although we don't... Do we need stamina? I haven't really been feeling like stamina... I haven't really been feeling like a lack of stamina. Oh, but wait, why are we in a medium load? When did that happen? No, we're in light load. We just become medium load if we equip a talisman. It's literally too heavy. The 0.3 pounds is too much. If they want one, they can get it. Gotcha. I wonder if we can equip like a 0.3 weight one or something. Well, that one's 0.3. This 0.6 is still going to take us up to medium. Gosh, that's annoying. I didn't want to spend another point in vitality. They are cheaper than a standalone apartment room, but they disappear if you leave the free company or the free company loses its house. Hold on, I gotta like figure this out. So, small house, squarish ground floor room, downstairs, larger than an apartment, and then personal rooms. They are cheaper than a standalone apartment room. There technically is a limit, but it's the same as the max number of people in the free company, so functionally it's unlimited. Gotcha, that makes sense. That's pretty cool though. Like, I think one of the kind of reasons I struggled to get into Animal Crossing was it was cool that I had a house and everything, but like, what was I gonna do with it? Like, I wasn't gonna... The only other person I would invite over would be my wife, and that was fun, but, you know, there's like a limited amount of interactivity in the game, so aside from her just kind of walking around and checking it out, there wasn't a lot to do. Whereas in Final Fantasy, I feel like you could invite people into your room while you were waiting for a party to gather or something like that, and kind of briefly show off your room before going out on an adventure or something. It just sounds... It sounds a little more functional, I think. Your villagers come to visit? I mean, technically, yes, but the villagers aren't going to appreciate what you do to your house. They're just templated class what is it called? Class instantiations based on a series of predefined behavioral tendencies. I can't see them as anything other than that. Oh, it's a white wolf. Crap. Stop being nimble. We're lucky that the other wolves didn't join it though. It never went into pack hunt mode. Issa's FC room is set up to be a self-serve kitchen with a bed loft set above this oven stove. So most of it is comfy seating areas and the kitchen. Nice, nice. I'd be afraid of burning my bed down. Okay, I think there was a map nearby here. Oh wait, I missed it. Okay, let's go back and get it then. Oh my gosh, I'm getting turned around. Seek tunnel, seek precious item. Well, maybe in a bit. Dedric's apartment is broken up into an office entry area, a kitchen dining area, a bathroom, another bedroom loft above the bathroom. Cool. You know, Joni was... It's a wee bit claustrophobic in there if you aren't a Lalafell. Well, but if you are a Lalafell, it's almost like your space is so much bigger and you pay the same amount of rent. Oh wow, this is huge. Oh, there's the Erd Tree on the map. That's exciting. Still doesn't take us any closer to Juno, though. Can we not get to Juno unless we get through the walls? I don't think we can. Wait, but we're inside this semicircle wall. It's these walls we can't get through. But we don't care about that. We just want to go... We could probably go around here, maybe? No. It's all blocked off. It's like two semicircles. It's almost like an Orlando in Dark Souls. The design of it. We have to find a way through, though. But yeah, Joni was kind of... She's really nervous about playing games with anybody. Like, I'm one of the only people she can even play games with. And even then, you know, I have to be... How to put it? There's a pretty solid set of criteria that the game needs to meet before she feels comfortable playing it. But I was mentioning 14 to her, and I was like, yeah, you know, people just kind of do what they want. They find things they like about it, and they cling to those specific things. And one of the big things she likes to do is house building. So It sounds like there's a lot of house building functionality in the game, and that would probably really appeal to her. Although it sounds like you also need to be part of a free company to do it, so that might be a free company with a house, so that might pose a problem. So their shared room is set up to be a place for the two of them, so I'm going ham on the cozy. Gentle? Question mark? I think I missed when you typed in the gentle question mark, so I don't know what that was in question to. But yeah, that's cool that you have them kind of connected and going big on the cozy atmosphere. Where are we now? We could try going around. Maybe this is how we get in? Let's try going there. Getting an actual house is a little frustrating, but apartments are a lot easier depending on your server. Oh, okay, so maybe an apartment would be more like feasible for a single player to get. If she ever does try the game and likes it, I know that she'll be like a full-time glam player. Like that's probably all she'll do. Is just play dress up. When I was explaining the races to her, she was kind of stuck on... She was like, I really want to make a pretty Vieira chick, but she also kind of liked the idea of playing a femro. Looks like we're outside the walls. I might have gone too far out. Yeah, we need to get back in. Oh, I never bothered to read that. So this is the capital. Presumably then the capital had access to military weapons beyond the scale of the advancing armies, which is probably where these arrows came from. Oh, but we can't get up the cliff. So with the wall blocking us, maybe here, or there also looks like potentially an area here. So we'll put those two locations on the map. 3 and 4. Apartments are a lot easier depending on your server, and it's plenty of space to flesh out if you can't get more. There's plenty of time to save too, since you can't get any housing until level 50. Gotcha. Level 50 didn't take... It didn't feel like it took too... Like, it wasn't hard to get level 50. It took a while, but... Like, I just ran around doing a bunch of quests and... Wait, what? Margit? Why is Margit here? Did he become... Did he reincarnate? Or is he tarnished? And so he just merely resurrected the same way we do. Well, we know all about fighting Margit, so this really shouldn't be an issue. I say that, we're probably gonna die. Although admittedly I preferred fighting him in the old location. Why is he here? And did he take over the body of... They look like a generic undead. We'll boost our magic damage there. He seems like he has more HP though than he had before. He's already swapped over to his hammer form. Crap. I don't know why I mistimed that. It's honestly, the environment is really making this difficult. Like, I wish we had a flat surface to fight him on. This road is relatively flat. We might have better luck here. Uh-oh. Oh no. We're stuck in this pit. Oh gosh. Jeez. We got the Viridian Amber Medallion. +1. We never even found the regular Viridian Amber Medallion. It greatly raises maximum stamina. Oh, and it's only 0.3, so it doesn't make us overweight. Cool. I guess we'll go with that then. Yeah, sorry about that, Izzy. I was a little focused, trying not to die. What did you say? There's also some GC ranking to do, but it's mostly GC's Grand Company. Are those like the three? I think there's 3 Grand Companies you can choose, but it's mostly just getting seals and then a couple of quests to clear dungeons. Great big potholes, yeah, no kidding. I think I vaguely remember that they want you to like find random weapons or something, and like I was doing, I think it was like at the very bottom, like doing the grunt quest, because they were like, bring me 1 rusty sword, and then I'd go to like the shop and just buy it for them and give it to them. They'd be like, thank you, and then you'd get GC points or something like that. Well, I didn't expect Margit to appear. But I guess we just continue on our way down to marker number 3. Oh, we should probably read the description on the amulet. The Erd tree's old sap becomes amber, treasured as the most precious jewels in the age of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. A primordial life energy resides within. That sounds like leave quests. Oh, well, hold on. The leave quests, I thought the leave quests were just like you go into the middle of town and they'd be like, hey, we've got something for you to do. And it was usually something like, go fight a thing. But like the quests I'm talking about were ones, like I turned them in Ul'dah to the fire people. I'm really sorry, I don't remember what their name was. I think I joined the fire company. I think they were different, but I was such a novice at the game that I could be conflating the two. I thought leave quests were cool until I realized that they weren't, and then I got sad anytime I ran into them. The Immortal Flames, yeah, that sounds about right. Somebody died. How'd they die? Oh, they just accidentally fell off. Okay. Looks like a lot of people accidentally jumped off. Is this getting us any closer, though? Kind of? Maybe? There are crafting and gathering turn-ins you can do for seals and XP. Yeah, I think that whatever I was doing, it was getting me seals. Level quests come in battle, crafting, and gathering ones. Yeah, because for whatever reason I got really excited to be a part of the Immortal Flames. And I was like, I'm going to do all sorts of cool stuff for them. And then realized that I had to level up my ranking with them before I could do anything interesting. There are GC Leaf quests where you can get more for being the same Grand Company as the Leave Giver. Okay. So if you accept a leave quest belonging to the Immortal Flames, you would get more more EXP. Underground ahead. Behold, cave. Tunnels ahead. Rum. Tower ahead. Okay, so maybe this is how you get into the fortress protecting the Erd Tree. Wait a minute, this looks like an empty room. Hold up. That's awfully suspicious. Haha! The sealed tunnel. Oh, and these guys are super resistant to physical, so we'll just kill them with magic. Oh, they don't flinch. Oh, wow. I don't think I've seen that backstab animation before. Hidden path ahead, therefore try attacking first off secret. Huh. There's a lot of blood at this treasure chest. I'm gonna see if they died opening the chest. No, they just got killed by something else. Okay. That blood's... yeah. No, that was quite a lot of blood. Elden Ring has blood, but not... usually not a ton. Smithing stone, miner's bell bearing? What? Maybe it's a crafting item? No. Oh, it's its own... it created its own category. The bell bearing of a miner who once dug for smithing stone. Offered to the twin maiden husks? Oh, the shopkeepers. They're twin maiden husks? I didn't realize that. I thought they were a statue. Huh. At the round table hold to gain access to the 2 following items. Smithing stone 3 and 4, explosive stone. Cool, so it expands the shop so that you can have a staple supply of smithing stones. That would be fantastic if we had the first one, but it doesn't do us very good to be able to buy 3s and 4s without 1s and 2s. You punch out all his blood. Yeah, it was a little bit like a what do you call them? Basting tube. I'll have to remember to equip the lantern this time. Rolling ahead. Probably just another secret door. Hidden path ahead. Seems familiar. It's like a dream. This is familiar. This is reminiscent to the Great Hollow. Because if this is a secret door, yeah, that's probably what they meant by that message. Because the double secret door after having an item behind on a body on one of them is how you access the Great Hollow. In addition to the fact that there are tree roots here, just like the Great Hollow. So I have to assume that that's a reference in general. Oh, gosh. Oh, there's a lot of them. We're gonna get killed by Laputians. Oh no, we're out of mana. Drink! Drink! They appear to have... yeah, it looks like a flail of sorts on a chain. Behold right here. Who's throwing stuff at us? Hey, just go away. Or just so many secret doors in a row. It could be that too. Kind of like deja vu. Since the language is limited with the messages, they could have just meant, oh, like a dream, like we just keep seeing the same thing over and over again. What the? Oh, gosh. My reaction time could have been a lot better. At least it didn't kill us. Ruin fragments. They appeared to be made of the same stones that the stone worms were made out of. Why didn't those ones trigger? Oh, now they're triggering. Good Chorb. You expected it to. Unfortunately, I am usually pretty slow on catching on to things like that. I picked up some kind of crystal. Oh, I don't see it. It's not an artifact. Did I just miss it? I thought it was purple. I'm just looking for anything that's purple, but I don't see it. It wasn't one of these, was it? Maybe it was. Go back up and get the shiny. Oh, there is a shiny. Old Fang. I think we already have a couple of those. I think those are crafting items. Yeah. I don't know what I do with them, but they're kind of rare. Dog ahead? There's no dog. Oh, crap. Grace Mimic. Keep moving ahead. Be wary of decoy. Hidden path ahead. Keep moving? Oh. I want to make sure we found everything over here first. There's also a shiny under the platform. Oh, you found it? Oh no. I thought it was the blue crystal next to the purple one. Gotcha. So I don't think these... What triggers these things? It's not sound. Oh, they are alive. Oh, I can't tilt the camera up any higher. Appears to just be normal tree roots. Wait, of course they're not normal tree roots. It's the Erd tree roots. This part is very reminiscent of the Great Hollow. Bloodstain, oh bloodstain. Well, why'd so many people die? Did they try to jump off wrong? Yeah. So it must be deceptive. Well, it looks like you could just really jump right here. Somebody, oh, went up there. I didn't even see that. But they didn't make it back. We can't call Torrent. What did this person do? They tried the jump but didn't make it. How did this person make it? This person jumped... They dipped down. They like ran down here. Okay, we'll try that. Nice. Oh. Not as nice, but whatever. It's been proximity so far, except for that one. Maybe touch and falling made enough vibration. It's possible. I was also thinking they have an eye. And I thought maybe if you get in line of sight with the eye. But that didn't seem to be it either. Explosion ahead. Ambush ahead. Yeah. There's more of those stone piles. No horse ahead. A lot of runes here. Could be because we're so close to the Erd Tree. Try sorcery, weak foe ahead. Time for boss in short, weak foe. Great, it probably means we're gonna die. No horse ahead. Attacking required, and then let there be tunnel. Likely turn back. I've been bamboozled. There's no secret here. Okay, well if there's gonna be a boss, we should heal. Oh, is this one of these guys? We fought them before. Oh, we're gonna get hit. Oh, that's a new one. He's got Comet. I feel like I'm having trouble hitting this guy. Oh, that was poorly timed. Oh. Alright. I thought maybe we could sneak one in. Alright, so we can cast at the beginning, but not in the middle of it. We got him down to half health, but we are completely out of flasks. It's not looking great. Oh, crud. Alright. No more mistake time. Otherwise, we have to come back. shoot. We had just enough health to survive that one. Ah! Got him. Onyx Lord's Great Sword. Wait, I hear screaming. Am I crazy? I thought I heard screaming. Bloodstain, pathetic sword. Why are people so like that? Like, good grief. Why is it always a weak foe? Everyone's so obsessed with just being like, oh, it's so easy. I don't feel like I saw quite so many messages like that in the other Souls games. They want to be cool and edge. Yeah. Okay, I think one more point in strength and one in dex, and that gets us the katana or katana that we want to use. So, Estok, you served us well, but we are transitioning away from you. No, now we're medium load. Gosh darn it, what's the weight difference? I thought a katana would be lighter. Weight is 6.5. And then the S-Talk is 4.5. Gosh darn it. Okay, so we need another 2 pounds. There's also a lot of people that were very grumpy that this game is a bit more accessible to people than most of the series. That's interesting. I've really tried to stay away from reading or watching anything like any public opinion or videos on this because I wanted to see it myself the first time and develop my own opinion on it. But like, now that you say it like that, I guess this game is more, like you say, quote, accessible, because like in the normal Dark Souls, or I shouldn't say normal, in the previous Dark Souls games, it would be pretty common to get stuck on a boss for like an hour, 2 hours, and you just have to fight it over and over and over again, and they were a lot more hard and complex, I guess. I don't even know if hard is the right word. It's just, there was a little bit more to it, and I feel bad, but most of the bosses in this game, we've just been killing by shooting them with magic. Whereas a lot of the bosses I felt like in Dark Souls, you had to really get up, like hand to hand, a lot of the times. Like, they didn't give you any breathing room. Some of the bosses in this game do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But, like, I guess that makes it more accessible, but, like, who cares? As long as you're having fun. At the end of the day, it's just memorizing animation patterns anyway, so... Snake, seek boss, by the way, snake. It's tightly blocked shut? What? I haven't sought it out, I just keep hearing about whiners, yeah. Well, there's always gonna be whiners. I keep bringing it up, but there's this video about a guy, it's like a 5-hour video. It's called, like, I played through the whole Dark Souls series and all I had was this crappy video essay or something. It's a guy who basically starts out by saying, I suck at these kind of games and I never thought I'd be able to play Dark Souls. And it turns out Dark Souls is a lot of fun, and yet he hadn't played the game series for years because of all the people who are like, you gotta get good and all this stuff. And he's like, those people are full of baloney, you should just play the game and have fun. And if you have to overlevel your character to beat somebody, who cares? Because you should just win any way you can, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how hard or how easy it was. It was a really interesting video. It doesn't look like there's any place to go here though, and I think the map kind of reinforces that. This seems to be an isolated area, and unfortunately did not get us into the Erd Tree. But, oh well, I guess it got us here. Well, what? Do we check here, I guess? Maybe. Accessibility is good. Some people have physical limitations that make super hair trigger reaction time impossible, or other issues with manipulating controls. Yeah, I agree. And I, like, yeah, my friends, you know, Akia and Kaivan and DW, they'll actually attest that I used to kind of be on the wrong side of the fence on this argument. When we were kids, I was very adamant about, no, you know, you should challenge yourself and push yourself when you play games, and making a game too easy is like, what's the point? And then as I got older, I realized that's just a stupid argument, because challenge, the very idea of challenge is relative to the individual anyway. So if a person is struggling with the inability to use controllers due to, you know, like you say, they literally just don't have the same kind of hair trigger reactions, then, like, putting the game on an easier mode arguably still gives them the same challenge. And plus, who the heck cares? It's a single player game. For example, if I had to play a game where you showed me people's faces, and then, you know, you only show them to me for like 5 seconds, and then you cut away and I had to describe the face, I wouldn't be able to do that. And no matter how hard I practice, I will never see the face unless I'm looking at it. And so, like, what? Does that mean that I'm somehow, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm loosely connecting this, but I'm not connecting it quite as well as I was hoping to in my head. But I think you get the general idea. Like, hard things are fun, challenge, but some people don't grow as fast. They deserve a game too. Yeah. As long as it's not like a competitive game, you know? Or if it is a competitive game, it's clearly understood that you're providing a handicap to one side or the other. Like, if it's a competitive game, obviously the idea is that you're agreeing to go up against somebody in a fair, in a position where you both start out in the same place anyway. But if it's a single player game, yeah, it challenges relative to the individual anyway, so two people can do the exact same thing, and for one person it'll be a breeze, and for the other person it'll be an absolute uphill battle. And that's just because people are different and have different skills. For example, if you and I went into an artist battle, that doesn't even make sense, an artist competition, you would win, because I struggle with art a lot, especially if I'm trying to draw anything with realism. But as far as I understand, you've spent some time practicing art, or at least have an interest in it. So the challenge there would be different between the two of us. No, I get it. Good, because I feel like I'm going off on a deep end here that I'm about to not be able to recover from. Okay, so we found an interesting place, but it wasn't really where we wanted to go. I can't check my map because these wolves are here. Okay. So we want to go to number 3. Well, this looks not promising. Oh, but there is a merchant? Hey, you're not a merchant. Our backstab deals 666. That's pretty great. Don't you dare? What? Tarnished, oh tarnished, could this be regret? Maybe. Heck, it can be even different on different days for the same person. Yeah. Today I joined a reclear party for the first savage raid of EW. EW, I think that must be Endwalker. I've cleared this fight dozens of times. We wiped over and over for 50 minutes, and the lion's share of those were because of me. I'm sorry. Sounds like you were having an off day. Turn back, yeah. Guess that's true. Why is there always dead end? Yeah, I reference it far too many times, I feel like, when I'm streaming. Lepsis Magna, one of the people who ends up watching a lot of my videos after I stream them, is probably sick of me referring to this, but in an anime called Baki the Grappler, there's this concept of, like, one of the characters keeps talking about a fair fight, and then this other character completely refutes him, because he's like, there's no such thing as a fair fight. Like, two people fighting on the exact same two people fighting in 2 different days in 2 completely different circumstances may result in an absolutely different outcome in the fight, because maybe one day somebody's just not feeling it and the other person is, and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting when you look at, like, competitive esports and how you take the best of the best of the best, these players who have spent their entire life on a single video game, and they will, in spite of them both being so amazingly good, the outcome of the game is so unpredictable. Like, StarCraft champions will lose in the first round of a tournament, or people who have never really done well will just pop off on one tournament and win the whole thing. I was so embarrassed, I just could not make the connection between that's X mechanic and what I needed to do to resolve it. Sitting there going, red is out with the red debuff and purple debuff spot. Oh no. Hey, at least you presumably knew what all that meant. When I get into those fights, I have to learn everything from the beginning. Whenever I watch a Kia stream, it's fascinating to watch, but I also usually have no idea what's going on. I mean, like, conceptually I know what's going on, but the exact specifics of the mechanics are beyond me. Alright, we need to make some kind of forward momentum here. Wait a minute, we went here, but not here? Okay, well, let's go there then. This is just driving me nuts. There has to be a way to get in. Danger ahead. Yeah. No, this is the path we took. Can we go down further? Oh, we can. Okay. Oh, and there's a beetle here. Wow. Kind of got lucky there. Prayerful strike. Raise armament aloft in prayer, then slam it into the ground. This inspired blow restores HP to the self and nearby allies if it successfully hits. Kinda neat. We did have to learn it. We learned it together with the raid group, but I went alone into PF, and my smooth brain could not do the thing without voice callouts. Half the time with the group, I'm one of the ones making the callouts on this one. Oh no. It is fascinating when I see you guys link to people who do the callouts. It's just like the initial impression, you know, when you see something like that is like, oh, do they really need to do that? Do they really have to have somebody kind of guiding the group through? But then you stop and think and you're like, well, yes, they absolutely need somebody to do that. You have 20 to 40 people in a raid. There needs to be a shot caller. There needs to be cohesiveness. You try getting, you know, that many random strangers together and have them all do the same thing. So yeah, shot calling is it's a very neat part of MMO gaming that you don't really see in other kinds of games. You kind of see it in MOBAs where you have a shot caller, but it's different. It's not like a guide. I think in MOBAs, you're the guy calling the hits. But in MMOs, from what I've, or 14 specifically, from what I've seen, you're almost like a tour guide. It's a very different mood. I don't think this gets us anywhere, does it? No. Let's go check the front door again. Ugh. Right, like we're gonna push it open with our hands. I don't know what I'm thinking. I guess I just have to accept that we're not getting in here. Unless... Is that a path? Oh, calm down, Mr. Trumpet guy. You usually do it in the 24-man raids without callouts, but if you mean BA, that can be up to 56 people, several of whom may be on their first time. Yeah, 56 is just a lot of people. It's kind of amazing the kinds of multiplayer online RPG experiences that were only dreamed about now are pretty commonplace. Oh my gosh, there's a set of stairs here. I'm an idiot. Alright, well, I guess there's the possibility still of us getting into here then. We just need to find a point of ingress. Oh, there's a bridge up there. That's promising. Dismount. Dismount! Oh, there was a third one. Maybe not. And for extremes, current raids that are still new, and savages, it not only reminds you if you're rusty or still new, it helps you keep track of where you are in the fight. Yeah, I don't know how long it took me to figure out one of the super early raids that you just die unless you're standing on a... What the... What the... That skeleton told us very clearly to get out by floating around like the Dark Messiah. But yeah, I think all I was trying to say was that the things that kill you in boss battles are not exactly clear the first time you're playing. Okay, there's a golem. Let's go take him out so that he doesn't bother us while we explore this area. Oh gosh! There are 2 golems. 3. There are many golems. Maybe we can get behind a tree? Okay. Oh, right. The trees are destructive in this game. Alright. As long as we get to his shins, we should be fine, right? Let's go ahead and enchant our sword, because this might be a bit of a long fight. Or dagger. Nope. I should do 2, 3 at a maximum. Probably just 2. Yeah. Okay, did we get him? Or is he just... No, he just fell down. We gotta get it to his head. I think? Oh no! His weak point was his core. Oh well, looks like he's fine. Or dead, rather. Nobody ever explains the Crystal Tower raids because they want to hurry through. And you can just meatball most things, but some you can't. Yeah, I felt bad that, like, I think it was an Ahriman fight. The winged monster in Final Fantasy with one eye. There was some weird mechanic about that one that I literally didn't understand, and I kept getting hit by it, but we just won anyway, and I was like, well, I won. I don't know why we won, but I did. Insta-kill mechanics will just kill you if you fail them, and World of Darkness is very mechanics heavy, and it still matters. I've had several hour-long runs of World of Darkness because people wouldn't let me explain the fight to new rusty players. Oh no. Oh, this guy is breathing fire. That's a new one. Where we just wipe over and over to the bosses. Yes, that's the first boss of World of Darkness. World of Darkness? Is World of Darkness a... Is it an expansion? And it's usually where I can tell, oh, it's going to be one of those runs. Yeah, where people are kind of not working together and, like you said, sort of trying to just muscle or meatball their way through the fight. I'm not really familiar with the expansion names. I assume World of Darkness is maybe one of the expansions. The third Crystal Tower raid. I don't know what Crystal Tower is either. I know there is like and it's okay. You don't have to take the time to explain it if it's gonna take a while or something, but because I can just look it up later. But I know there's like there's I think there's like 5 expansions now. And Endwalker is the last, or the most recent one. Base ARR's Alliance Raid series. Okay. Oh, his weakness is right in the core. That's interesting. Oh! We were not able to withstand a hit at that HP level, which is understandable. We didn't really have that much HP. Or, we weren't at full, and that's a giant robot. There is a certain amount of logic to us dying in one hit there. Well, again, it wasn't one hit, we were already injured. Where are we now, though? Right there. It looks like the other golems have remained dead, so they were kind to us and didn't respawn them. So we just have to take this one out, which we can probably do on horseback a little safer than we could on foot. I assume, anyway. Torrent got nicked. ARR is base game, and I know ARR is a Realm Reborn. And a Realm Reborn is... oh no. Is technically... it's not like the second game, but they created 14 and it was terrible, and then they rebooted it into a Realm Reborn. HW is Heaven's Word. SB, STB is Stormblood, SHB is Shadowbringers, and Endwalker. Okay. A Realm Reborn I don't need to memorize because I already have that one memorized. Endwalker is easy to remember because it's the end, currently, of the DLCs. HW, Heaven's Word. So it goes Heaven, Storm, and Shadow. Heaven, Storm, and Shadow. Heaven's Word, Storm, Blood, Shadowbringer. There's a lot of abbreviations, to be fair. It makes chatting about stuff easier. Yeah, it's one of those things where once you know the lingo, it's not a... oh, dear. It's one of those things where it's not a big deal and it makes conversation quicker. I just need to catch up on the acronyms. 1.0 ends up almost being a prequel. Yeah, I could see that. Alright, I think, even though I try to keep engaging this guy from a distance, I think we're actually safer right under his feet. Even though he can hit us with his... yeah, with that. I just think we're better off running between his legs. Kind of playing this in a nimble fashion. It's scary when he does that, but as long as we roll out of the way, we should be fine. Oh, and his arms seem to be his weakness, maybe. Oh gosh. What is he doing? This isn't hockey. I wish I could shoot fire out of my face. Okay, so he's gonna turn around and breathe. Oh no, he's gonna turn around and shoot rocks at us. Oh man, he has so much HP. We've not even really dealt 25%. That was 1,000. We just dealt 1,000 HP, and he's still fine. Uh-oh. Our enchantment wore off. Oh no, he's doing that thing again. Mercy! Mercy! Truce! Oh, the rocks. Okay. We're kind of ready for it this time. Oh, and the fire. Not the fire! If we're lucky, we'll end up getting scorched alive. If we're lucky, we'll end up knocking him over. We just gotta remember that his weak point is in the core. Oh. And our enchantment wore off and we're almost dead and we're gonna die because he's gonna hit us. Okay. I think I'm gonna... No, that's not what I meant to do. I think we're gonna try to engage him from a distance. I don't know if this is the right call or not. It's just if we get hit, we're kind of dead. We do have the bone daggers, but something tells me he's not susceptible to poison, so we're not even gonna try. Oh, we're out of magic. Is he not weak in the chest anymore? He's still lighting up in the chest. Oh, but he only opens at certain times. Oh well, we got him anyway. Lameo, how do you use oof? Are his wrists his weak points? Yeah, I think so. I tried to swing for his wrists once, but unfortunately the blade didn't connect, so I couldn't confirm. But yeah, it really did seem like his wrists should be the weak points. You aren't made of stone, it would hurt. This is true. We do not have the benefit of being made of stone. Okay, so we didn't need to kill that guy, but we did, and that's the important thing. Why can't I activate this? Oh, there we go. They're only close when he was crouched over to breathe fire. Yeah, it was kind of difficult to reach. Hello. You wouldn't happen to be like an envoy of peace or something, would you? No? Alright. That's fine. So this looks very similar to the other tree sentinel that we fought. It's just his armor is a little different. I think his weapon is different as well. Oh. That was definitely my mistake. I was focused on cycling to the Crimson Tears. So he's a tree sentinel. We found a tree sentinel, like the tree sentinel was kind of the first boss of the game, sort of. We didn't fight him first thing, but you could very easily run into him first thing in the game if you went this way. And this one's a draconic, and his horse breathes fire. Yeah, right? Our horse is cool. And don't worry, Torrent, we're not going to trade you for his horse, but our horse can't breathe fire. Hammer club, not an axe. Yeah, I guess that's more like a what? A war pick, maybe, but kind of like what you said, definitely a hammer or club-esque kind of thing. And died 273 times to it. As a naked barbarian. What? Are you referencing the fact that a lot of people fight without any armor because they never get hit? Oh no, you mean like at the beginning of the game. Oh, why can't I dodge that? I'm hitting the dodge button, but I'm hitting it way too slow. And then I'm hitting it too early when he goes in for the club. I need to do it faster for the fire and slower for the club. I'll admit that there's a certain part of me that isn't mentally attuned to being prepared for a horse to breathe fire. And so there's certainly not a naturalness to being ready for it. Okay, slower on the club. There we go. Yeah, because he has to pull it behind him before he actually swings. Oh no. Yeah, I was in mid-cast on that one. What is he doing? I think he's stuck. Oh wait, no. Okay, slow. Yeah. Because it's easy if you just watch the back end of the club. Don't look at his hands. Because the club has to arc behind him before he swings it. This isn't too bad then. Well, I say that, but there's probably some horrible second form he has. Oh. I went in for the dagger, but he had a different attack animation for that one. Yeah, if you get too close to his side, he does that. So we could actually oh, yeah, here's the inevitable second form. Oh, he has a shield. A shield that shoots red lightning. It now comes to my attention, I realize the original version of this boss had a big shield. Like a huge shield, and it reflected magic. So we couldn't use magic against him. We had to run up and fight him with the S-Stock, I believe it was. Cider did it on purpose. Oh, when he played Elden Ring? With the naked start. First Tree Sentinel had a phase 2. Oh, okay. It's been so long I've already forgotten. Okay, so this phase really isn't that bad. And then we're just unfamiliar with the other one. The other one might be fine. If we can bait out, yeah. If we can bait out that side attack, we get 3 free hits on him there. We get 1 every time he misses a fireball. And then roll to his side. No, he didn't do the side attack that time. Go ahead and boost our magic. There we go. Crud. We ran out of magic. Ah! I deserved that. I think we're fine on this one. I don't feel like he's too strong or something. I think I just need to do this and not make the same mistakes. As dumb as it sounds, it's really easy to get tagged by the fireball if you're preoccupied with something else. Problem is, if we cast immediately after he does his sort of regular attack where he rides up to us, he dodges away, so it's a wasted cast. That's why we need him to do the side attack. It's the only time he sits still long enough for us to hit him. This is a fine pattern for us. It's a little repetitive, but it works. Alright, he's gonna go phase 2. Now we're gonna get hit by lightning if I don't move. No, didn't do it right. And then he's gonna, yeah, fireball killed us last time. now there's lightning. Same attack animation though. This is probably fine. Oh, no, he went for fire. Okay, I can't... How do I dodge this? Shoot. My timing on that is not accurate. He telegraphs it, and it seems to be the same time interval each time, but I haven't locked away, essentially, the exact time. He also kind of pulls his hand down. I don't know if there's enough time for me to read that and react to it fast enough. There might be. We could also try poisoning this one. Like right at the beginning of the fight here while he's kind of poses. Let's see if we can poison him. Yeah, he's poisoned. Nice. Shoot. That was pretty close. We really want him... There we go. You say I was actually dodging too far behind him for him to initiate the sideways attack. Okay, he didn't... There it is. Yes, he punches downwards when he uses the lightning. It's an obvious tell, but it deploys pretty fast. Yeah. It's definitely like a me thing. Like, if I reacted just a split second sooner, when I see his hand begin to drop, I think I can do it. Oh, alternately, I guess we can summon some friends for this fight. I didn't even see that. Alright, so we open this up by poisoning him. And... oh, this is much easier. I feel a little guilty doing it like this. Ah! I think we dodged one of the lightning bolts, but not the other one. Luckily the skeletons came back to life, but okay, here we go. There. Got it. Okay. And yes, we can watch the hand. When the hand drops, that's when we roll. There. No? Too soon. We're too far away. These aren't reaching him. Oh, I think he got one of the skeletons, like, actually got him. Okay, we got it that time. Oh, we stunned him. Maybe? No. Okay, we got him. I think we could have done that without summoning the skeletons, but the skeletons just kind of accelerated us. Like, I think it might have taken us another 3 or 4 times before we did it. We got a weapon, I think. This one. Weapon to have been said to have been whittled from the claw of a great ancient dragon, wielded by grotesque tree sentinels who yet serve the Erd Tree. The claw is enwreathed with lightning and tears through the dragon's feeble descendants with ease. Yeah, traditionally dragons are weak to lightning. And we got this shield. Great shield said to have been whittled from the claw of a great ancient dragon, wielded by grotesque tree sentinels, imbued with lightning. When you're at range, he does fireball, then fireball or lightning. And if he's going to do his lightning, he holds it up and it crackles before he spikes down. Yeah. He aimed that one at the Skelly, I think. And ooh, shield. Yeah, the shield is interesting. Design-wise. I don't use shields, but, you know, if I was going to use a shield, that one isn't the worst looking one. We can at least see what it looks like. It's pretty cool looking. Feels wrong to use a shield though. Or not like wrong, like morally wrong, like if I feel weird seeing my character with a shield. Like I'm like, what is this hunk of metal? Get this hunk of metal off my arm. First off, well done. Praise the just getting started. They dropped 50,000 souls on us. Jeez. Why is it always a weak foe? Ha ha. Very funny. Ah, confidence. I did it. Well done. Little Red Riding Hood, the Werewood Hunter. Or the Werewolf Hunter. Praise the circling around. Praise the poison. We did use some poison, that's funny. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of a character some of Joni's college friends made a game for. I think it was called Dragon Fin Soup. I bought it knowing that it was a failed game. Because I wanted to see what the game was anyway. They had some really good art for the game, but the game itself was pretty bad. But it featured Red Riding Hood with a character with a cloak kind of like this. You don't have the right, therefore try left. That's funny. Oh, we gotta spend these soul runes before I lose them again. Little Red Riding Hood, the Werewolf Hunter, which is actually a book I read, and I love the idea of it. Yeah, it's kind of one of those fractured fairy tales. Okay, so we need 2 more pounds, so we gotta level up endurance by 2. I hate that, but oh well. It'll be worth it, right? Right, maybe. And I'll put a point into vigor because I will regret it later if I don't continually invest in vigor. Okay, now we're light. Wait, right? Where is it? No, we're still medium. What the heck? Shoot, I shouldn't have put that point into vigor. I should have put it into endurance. Alright, what's the moveset on this thing? Standard Katana moveset. Heavy attack. Oh, wow. That is very, very good. Oh my goodness. Look at the range on that. And that's exactly the kind of motion you would want. You want both of those movesets. This is for things right in front of you. It's wide and sweeping. It's very easy to hit. And then this is what you use for narrow hallways. The follow-up attack is bad. Like, that's amazing. But if you hit heavy attack again, he does the sweep. That sweep is terrible. You're never going to want to swing like that and follow it up with a sweep. Because if you open up like this, your opponent is far away from you. They're not going to be close enough to you to get them with that as well. But good gracious, that's going to be good in hallways. And then this is decent enough. It's not like the best moveset in the world, but it's pretty solid. And then what's our backstep? Backstep isn't great. But then again, I hardly ever use backstep attacks. Jump attack. I don't know, that would be good against things in the air, but it's actually terrible, I feel like, if you were trying to hit something on the ground. Because see how he swings up at an angle. Charge, same thing. Roll attack. Roll attack is just your standard horizontal. I would have rather the roll attack be a poke, like that. But... and then two-handed. Two-handed isn't as good. I mean, it would do more damage, but you lose the poke. Roll attack, same. Backstep, pretty much the same. The aerial attack is more horizontal, though. Kind of. We typically only use it one-handed anyway, because we have the staff in the other hand, though, so I think this is going to be a good addition. And then it has... how does this work? Hold on, what? Oh my gosh, that is a... oh, that is cool. Alright, sorry. I spent way too much time geeking out about that. There's a YA series I rather like. One of those, magic exists, but it's kept secret from the mortals and the untalented kind of worlds. And all of them at their heart have a kernel of a specific fairy tale. Interesting. Yeah, if I'm gonna read a retelling of a fairy tale story, I usually like ones that are just sort of ever so loosely in reference to the original. Generally speaking, I don't want to like watch like a complete retelling. But kind of like what you said, like a kernel of the fairy tale they're based off of is really fun, because in that way it's more like the fairy tale was an inspiration for the story. So that way you don't watch it and you know exactly what's going to happen. You can be excited and wonder, like, oh, what are they going to do with the source material? How are they going to work it in? And stuff like that. Try something. What? Sending gate ahead, but still no opportunity. Praise the jumping. Why is it always dragon? That's not a good sign. There's a dragon here? Gorgeous view ahead, therefore seek up. It's just a tree, man. I think that's one of those tall people. The ones, like the guy who guarded the gate, maybe? Of Stormvale? Are you awake? Yeah, it is one of the tall people. Look, he's one of them. They all seem kind of tired, though. Gorgeous view ahead. Are you ready? Oh, wow. Well, here it is, the Erd Tree. It looks like there's a palace with a gate leading into the tree itself. Funnily enough, again though, we're not here to save the Erd Tree, we're here to burn it to the ground. And in fact, we're not even here for the Erd Tree, we care about what's past it. Our mark is over here, so we just need to find a way past this tree. Looks like maybe this way. Praise the Earth Tree, not here. Precious item ahead, therefore jumping required. Maybe? Seems a little suspect though. Like, well, there are messages over there. Alright. Oh, but also bloodstains. Let's see what they have. What happens. Okay, that guy just fell off. What is he doing? Okay, he tried to jump that way and it didn't work. And then she jumped. Yeah, I don't think you can get any better of a jump than that. So I'm gonna say that's not the right way to go. As an example, there's one where a half Indian woman comes to London and fights to become a licensed doctor in a time period where women didn't even have voting rights. But she's been forced to flee her homeland because her aunt hates the foreign magic she inherited from her British father and tried to kill her. The aunt follows her because she wants to steal her magic potential through their blood ties. It's Snow White, but you would have never guessed until they drop a poisoned apple reference. Yeah, no, I certainly wouldn't have. Well, up until I got to the end of that line of text, I certainly wasn't thinking Snow White. So this is Lendale. It's huge. Although, probably technically still not as big as Anor Londo. But the difference is, unlike Anor Londo, I actually believe we can probably walk to all of these locations. Whereas Anor Londo was only a couple buildings that you could actually get to. What is this thing? I don't know. It's not hostile though. Yet. Not hostile yet. Oh, our katana is literally a +0 weapon. Dung. Let's try the blade beam or whatever it is. Okay. It deals enough damage. It's probably better thought of as an alternative to our glintstone arc attack. So maybe theoretically we could even get rid of the glintstone arc attack, that one, since it's sort of already on our sword. We're also getting the bleeding effect I'm noticing on them, which is nice. Oh, they're envoys. I got one of their horns. Golden horn of the Oracle envoys. Profoundly weighty, its blows are sure to be felt. Oh, it's considered a hammer. Originally an instrument, but one cannot be sounded by a mere human. Or perhaps it is too early to sound the call. So they're envoys. Is this one bigger? I feel like this one's bigger. It also has more HP. They don't seem to really attack directly. They seem to try to cast magic. So alone, they're not very threatening. Seek left. Seek left? Oh. Somebody died in here, though. What was fighting them? Oh. Alright, well, we know to use the carrion blade on these ones. Two hits and then roll away, if I remember correctly. We'll get a little bit of light in here. See if we see anything interesting. Oh, we're covered in dirt. Huh. Another one. Yeah, as cool as the Katana is, the Misericord is just better right now. Simply because it's been upgraded. Surprise attack ahead? I hear what sounds like leather. Like someone, like leather pants. It could be another one of those crossbow guys. Oh, it is. Shoot. Page trousers. Makes me think of leather trousers. Trousers worn by pages who serve the nobility and are mindful to keep them out of harm's way. Traveling wear tailored. What? Traveling wear tailored. My mind can't put those words together for some reason. Traveling wear tailored with exquisite precision to avoid any undue shame for the page's master. Okay. They weigh 2.5. Technically our prisoner trousers are less, but what do they look like? I actually kind of like those better than the prisoner's trousers. Yeah. So I guess we'll go with those for now on. Is this the thing that was breathing fire? It is. Didn't expect fat coin purse? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Right. I shouldn't have taken your rune. Some kind of grotesque thing. The Cinderella one is a little more obvious, but the evil stepmother seduced her father with dark magic and had him run off to World War I to get himself killed so she could inherit the production factories he owned. But she forgot to have him change the will, leaving everything to his daughter, so she uses magic to bind the daughter to the hearth to have her unable to leave the house and spill the beans, yet available to withdraw money from the account or sign paperwork. Oh, that's kind of neat. And wasn't that like kind of to the source material? Like that's where she got the name Cinderella, because she was covered in cinders or something because she was cleaning so much, which would be found at the hearth. Except the daughter is a budding fire mage, and the village midwife shows up to try to teach her in magic so she can free herself. There's so many of these. And the author also does anthologies with guest rights that also use folktales frames. Traveling wear. I see. Traveling wear that is tailored. Gear for roughing it. I get it now. Yeah, not in a bad way, but that story almost sounds like fan fiction. It's funny because people sometimes get like a little nervous when they write fan fiction because they think it sounds silly or something, and it's just like, well, no. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, some fan fiction is silly, but people who are legitimately trying to write a decent fan fiction, like the only difference between fan fiction and an actual published novel is one is published and the other isn't. Like, you can still write, fantasy is fantasy. I don't know what that dragon is holding. Seems like some kind of spire sticking out of a building. Question is that a dead dragon? Because the dragons are made of stone, so it's not out of the question to think that a dragon died in that pose. Or is it just a statue? Fanfiction is still valuable. Yeah. Well, it's a safe place for people to explore ideas and concepts in fun ways. Oh, we're going backwards. Plus, the publishing world is almost as cutthroat as the video game industry. Not quite, but it's still just a bucket of crabs. I shouldn't call it a bucket of crabs. It's not like our authors try to outdo each other. That's the wrong phrase, but it's a bit of a rat race of authors all trying to just write and write and write and write and get publishers' attentions. Publishers receive, compared to the number of books they actually publish, publishers receive a lot of content that they have to throw out. Or reject, I should say. They don't throw it out. It's practice, if nothing else. Yeah. So these guys are still alive. Not sure why they're here. Oh, we have not seen one of these before. Have we? I think this is a perfumer. Yeah, it is! I recognize the gear. Okay, so this is perfume magic. This is new to Elden Ring. Well, if anything, it looks cool. I have no idea what any of this is, though. I don't even recognize the bubble. I don't know what the bubble means. Presumably a shield of sorts, but... fascinating. Okay, so combustible powder. A powder that arcs and then lands and ignites. And I don't know what that spin is. It looks like it refreshes the shield. Shoot, that's gonna hit us. Okay, so it looks like the shield just negates... Yeah, it blocks... It kind of dampens heavily one spell. Because our backstab only did 66 damage there. Oh, and they run away? Oh, right. He has a sword. I don't know why I didn't consider that. But in the middle of them casting, it's really easy to get behind them. As long as they don't use the sword. Practice if nothing else, and it can be more than just playing in another's world when you start examining character dynamics or what happens if just one thing has changed. We're trying to find explanations for things that weren't explained or were unsatisfying in their explanation. Yeah. I mean, the number of stories and tales and things you can imagine are presumably endless. There's always another story to tell. Try critical hit. Miranda powder. Oh. It's a perfumer plant. So all of these guys who are here sitting around this castle, I guess they're the, I don't know, remnants of this civilization? Like, presumably they just got so tired of existing that they stopped. They stopped even living, really. That was not even half of that guy's HP. That's concerning. Lightning, okay. Nuts. I don't think we found a grace during that entire journey. So we're gonna have to start at the beginning. We have a locked door. Oh, this is the stronger one. The statue came back. Kind of like the bubble snowmen. Yeah. They're neat. The way they move around is really amusing. Like, I probably wouldn't be attacking them if they weren't hostile. I know they're called envoys, but they're almost like heralds or something. Ah. Oh, goodness. We just got played. That was 2 deaths in a row, so we lost our souls on the other side. Oh well, at least that means we're an adventurer with nothing to lose now. Well, if that's the case, maybe we can kind of skirt on by some of these things. They're goofy, yeah. Good thing you leveled, no kidding. I think we lost about 11 or 12,000, which, considering a level costs about 22,000 now, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, you'd rather keep your EXP than lose it, but losing your EXP is just such a part of these games that you just kind of have to roll with it. Bonk. Yeah. A snowman got us before we could get off the edge. I think that's always kind of been one of the things about Dark Souls, is it usually is a very depressing world with a lot of kind of grim creatures, but From Software is never so serious that they don't add a weird, goofy creature here and there. Dark Souls 1 had the huge-eyed basilisks in addition to... Gosh, they were like these just clams. I don't know how else to describe them. They were like clams with a dozen legs under them. Like, just normal legs. I'm gonna die again here. So we confirmed because of the armor that these things are called pages. These pages are really strong. Or they're not strong, they're just they have a nice balance of mobility, range, decent weapon. Like, they're just kind of well-rounded. It's hard to find a good, safe, easy way to approach them. There's dark humor, and then there's just bizarre things like this. Yeah, exactly. Like, I wouldn't consider them dark humor. It's just bizarre. Bizarre is the perfect word for it. There are a lot of bizarre monsters, and that keeps it, I think, fun because it's imaginative. Like, you're not just fighting one edgy, dark, horrible creature after another. There are a lot of stereotypical fantasy, grotesque things, but then there's also roly-poly snowmen, so I'm also lost. They aren't dark except for any implied body horror. Yeah, like, we don't know what their story is. We don't know if they were once human and then conformed into their current status, or whether they are some kind of magical thing that has always looked like that, or what. Wait, what? The connection to the Elden Ring game server was lost. They're not doing maintenance, are they? I mean, if they would, oh well. An update to the game is available. To use network features, please install the update and restart the game. Starting in offline mode. Now, what time is it? Gold-leafed roof tiles. It's 2:30. I would have kept going, but by the time I get the update installed and reloaded, it'll probably be later-ish. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see how long it's gonna take to do the, boo late. Yeah. I try to be a responsible adult who gets sleep. Yeah, go to bed. Okay. As long as I have your permission. Because otherwise, yeah, I think it's updating now. It'll be a little bit. Anyway, I guess that'll be it. An unexpected end to exploring the location around the Erd Tree, but it was pretty interesting, at least I thought. Thanks for watching, Izzy, as always. It was nice talking to you. Not at you saying... Not you saying. Oh, no. Boo, there was an update. Oh, okay, I got it now. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Izzy. It was fun. For any watching on YouTube, feel free to hang live on Twitch at Twitch Chezni if you're super bored at any point. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to check out my YouTube archive channel at YouTube, or Chezni2004 on YouTube. Otherwise, as always, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great evening. Izzy, you have a great evening as well, and I'll see you in the next one.